Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a review and comparison of the Turbo out of the Sandbox Shopify theme versus the Wolf of Shopify Alpha theme. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two various themes, what they offer, the cost, and what to expect for these themes. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So a lot of people do know about the Turbo theme. The Turbo theme is a theme created by a company called Out of the Sandbox. It's pretty well known as a pretty premium theme, if you ask me. It used to cost $350, and before it cost $350, it used to cost $280, and the price was just rising. I remember when Turbo first came out, a $280 theme many, many years ago was almost unheard of. But they developed their prowess in the Shopify industry by creating something that was head and shoulders above the rest. Since then, Shopify 2.0 has came out. A lot of other themes have started to be competitive in the premium Shopify theme world, and I would consider the Turbo Shopify theme by Out of the Sandbox to be, I would consider a premium Shopify theme because of its cost and its classy look. Now, with that being said, when we do this comparison today, there are certain themes that I prefer depending on the opportunities that they offer. However, just want to keep in mind that I am equal opportunity for both of these themes, and I love both of these themes, and I use both of these themes. So it's not like I'm saying one is necessarily better than the other. Obviously, one is a little bit more price-friendly than the other. As you can see, the Alpha theme is $295 as opposed to $400. However, I'm an affiliate of both of these companies, meaning I get a commission when I talk about both of these companies and I actually make a sale. So for me, it's not like I have a motivation to push one over the other. So I want to just be very clear on that I want to be forefront and honest and say that, it's not about what theme is better, it's about what theme is better for you. So some people might feel like one is better than the other, and for that reason, I'll leave both of the links in the description to both the Turbo theme and the Wolf of Shopify theme down below, and of course, it is a commission. Now, if we navigate to Wolf of Shopify, similarly to Turbo, there are two themes that the company offers. They offer the Wolf of Shopify theme original, and they also offer the Alpha Wolf theme. Now, the Alpha Wolf theme is the theme that I would say is most similar to the Turbo theme. Now, when I say similar, I don't exactly mean that they look the same, because they don't. What I'm really trying to say is in terms of its class and in terms of its value for cost, because these are both premium themes. Now, Out of the Sandbox has many premium themes, and Turbo is not the most expensive theme. You have the Flex theme, and I believe they have a few others. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have the Flex theme for $485. We have the regular theme. We have the Artisan theme. We have just a few, many, many different themes. You could go ahead and take a look here. Wolf of Shopify is a little bit different, where they only have two themes currently, to date. Depending on when you watch this, maybe they'll have more in the future. I'm not really sure kind of what to describe. So what I'll say is, from what I've seen in the marketplace, there's more marketing towards the Turbo theme. Now, that's not saying that the Alpha Wolf theme is bad. In fact, I actually prefer, for the store that I'm using, the Alpha Wolf theme. And I'm going to show you guys the inside of both themes. The behind the scenes. I actually just uploaded the Turbo theme just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. And I have the Alpha Wolf theme, and I'm going to show you the comparisons between the two. So, first of all, let's look at the features between the two, and I'll kind of explain the difference here. Now, from a user's perspective, I can tell you that the Alpha theme is a little bit more unorthodox in the fact that it has certain scarcity tactics, certain things that essentially boost attention to the theme, and I'll explain what I mean. For example, if we click on a certain product here for the Wolf of Shopify Alpha theme, right? You have this hurry countdown timer, which is just a way of motivating people to make a purchase. I've seen that this system works for me, and it does very well, and there's a reason why stores do this, where you have this hurry countdown timer. Now, if you were to get an application and pay for this, it ranges from $5 to $15 a month. So you're saving kind of like at least $100 a year for this kind of feature alone. And like I said, this comes with the theme. Now, that's what I mean when I say it's a little bit unorthodox. You're not going to find a lot of themes that have features like this, okay? In terms of the turbo, you won't find any of those features there. So let's just click on the viewing the demo here. And like I said, I have the actual file. And we're doing a very in-depth review here. But you could see here, if we click on the product page, let's go ahead and do that. It's a typical product page. You're not going to have a countdown timer. You're not going to have any scarcity tactics or anything like that. It's just a simple price, title, description, add to cart. That's all it is. And like I said, it's a little bit different with the Wolf of Shopify theme, or the Alpha Wolf rather, which is the one that you're seeing here. So let's go ahead and now take a look at the different features that these themes offer. Now we can view the features here on the website. So if we look at Turbo, Turbo doesn't really list as many features the way that Wolf does, but I can tell you about some of the features. So a lot of people think that Turbo is because of speed, like it's top-notch in terms of speed. And that's not exactly true. Both themes are on the same scale in terms of speed. They're both, I would say, very, very similar, if not the same, in terms of how fast they are. What I would say the difference between the two is it really depends on the content that you're going to put on your store. Meaning, if you have very heavy imagery on your store, it will operate a little bit slower than a theme that doesn't have a lot of imagery. You could see here, this has a lot of imagery on this store, but it operates relatively quickly, and that's what you can expect with themes like this. If you're going to go with a free theme, those can operate a little bit slower if you add a little bit heavier level of imagery. Now, let's talk about functionality of the theme. Okay, so something that I like that the Alpha Wolf theme has, and this is what you're looking at, is the Alpha Wolf, as opposed to the Out of the Sandbox theme, is that the Alpha Wolf theme it has a lot more sections to it, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's go ahead and go into the back end here, and let's select Customize on the Alpha Wolf theme. And by the way, if you guys are curious, this was a store that I actually built live on YouTube, and I'm actually uploading that series here to this YouTube channel. So if you happen to want to watch that, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel, and I'll show you guys those videos. But regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at the sections. So if we see here on the left-hand corner, you can see here all the sections for the Wolf Alpha Wolf theme. And these are not the only sections. These are just the sections that are visible. If we click here on Add Section, there are over, I think, 60 total sections. You could see here, I'm just clicking the Show More button every single time for all the different features in this theme, and there are a lot of different features. Like, there are tons and tons and tons. And it's really, really cool because the thing that I like about this is it doesn't feel constraining. Like, if I want to do something creative, like if you guys see here, all these different features, right? It's over 60 plus different sections to your store. Now, if I want to do something like this, you won't be able to do something as creative as this on the Turbo theme. Now, there might be something similar where you just add like a regular banner, like a squared banner, but this is something different. It's like a creative. It's almost like this was meant for creativity. That's really what I try to say. Now, I would say overall that the Turbo theme is more classic. When I say classic, I mean, more predictable. You have your title, you have your reviews, you have your description, you have your add to cart, right? The buttons are boxed out. This is, if I had to give like a one go-to theme that can work for literally anybody, it's probably the Turbo, right? Now, that's not to say that the Wolf can't work for everybody, but the Wolf is more eclectic. There's more things that you can do with it, right? Like, you can't do this with the turbo theme. You can't create these masonry style banners where they all kind of fit together with text and images, kind of like this. This is something that you could do in alpha, but you can't do this in turbo. You can't do this either in turbo. So when I say classic for turbo, what I mean is like by the book kind of thing, right? When you think of a website, you think of squared off banners, you think of clear buttons, like basically things that are just typical, right? And that's not to say that that's bad or insulting. It's not at all. That's what makes turbo what it is. Wolf is, like I said, a little more creative. So if you're looking for something that's a little more, that can add a little more creativity to your store, the alpha is going to be a better option for you as opposed to turbo, okay? If you're looking for something that's more typical by the book, turbo is going to be the option for you. Now, we haven't talked about pricing, but this is going to be kind of obvious. If you're looking for the cheaper theme, I really want you to be aware of why you want a cheaper theme. So this is a $400 theme, the turbo theme. This is a $295 theme, okay? I wouldn't say just buy this just simply because it's cheaper. That's really not a smart way to go. You want to figure out what are all the features that it offers, and those are the features that you want to go with, if that makes any sense. So here on the Wolf theme, you get over 400 Google fonts, built-in related products, 9 product pages, age-verified support, sidebar configuration, social media connections. It's user-friendly, SEO optimized. You have 3 different product page variants. You have product sales proof, and for those who don't know, the product sales proof is this little pop-up that shows up on the corner of the screen, and I actually could show you guys how to do it. I don't think I configured it yet, but let's go ahead and take a look at that. We have newsletter pop-up notification product. There we go. We can select it. We can change the actual collection. So if we want to select, for example, men's, and this is what I mean, by the way, when I say that the product is eclectic in its own way, referring to the alpha theme. You can't do this with the turbo theme. You can't have these little sales proof pop-ups that come with the turbo theme, as you guys can see. And there's a benefit to these. When somebody's looking for certain products and then there's things that pop up on the bottom corner of the screen, it's essentially a recommendation feature that maybe people would have not seen elsewise if they hadn't seen the actual product, right? So huge benefits to this theme. And like I said, you're getting something that's a little bit, and this is not a play on words, but out of the box when you go with alpha. But when you go with the out of the sandbox, you're going with something in the box. You're going with something typical. You're going with something that's more kind of expected, like I would say, okay? So, for example, when the typical UX UI designer thinks of a product catalog or a product carousel, they think of something like this, right? Something very typical, just shows the products, large, bold images, and just kind of like this. But with the alpha, it's a little bit different. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm just saying it's different. So, for example, here we have different products in a tabbed carousel or a tabbed grid. So you can see here we have a list that says women's products, we have leggings, women's shorts, crop tops, etc. And you can see here when I hover my mouse over, it shows different things related to the image. What I really, really like about the Wolf theme, the Alpha Wolf theme, that the Turbo I noticed did not have, is the Alpha Wolf theme has minification enabled. So really what minification means is that the theme will, by nature, downgrade the image by 10 to 20% in terms of pixels and how graphic it is to save on speed. So I actually really love that. Now, some people don't like that. Once again, it's up to you, because if you notice, the image here is a little bit less graphic in terms of the quality than the image on the actual product page. And what they do is they save the graphic quality for the product pages so that the theme can operate at its maximum speed. So you can see here, if I click on the actual product page, the images are very clear, like abundantly clear. And you could see this with the actual, if I click on here, I could actually see the wrinkles on this model's body, which is a little creepy, but you kind of get my point of what I'm trying to say here. With the Turbo theme, it's high graphics everywhere you go. And that is good and that is bad at the same time. The reason why that's good is because you're presenting the best possible product in front of people's eyes. But also the reason why that's bad is because if you're not aware, you can actually slow down your store significantly. So that's something you want to be aware of. Okay. There's, like I said, a ton of different benefits to using these themes, the features. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features within the Turbo, and we'll compare them if they actually compare up to the Alpha. Okay. So we have high impact visuals. We have an industry favorite. So in terms of an industry favorite, Turbo is an industry favorite. It's very well known among many, many people. And if you're looking for something that's just purely well known, then I would recommend you to go with Turbo. Ever since I started talking about the Alpha theme on my other channel, not too many people really knew about it. I was surprised, but Turbo is for sure an industry favorite because it's well known by so many people, and it's been around for a long period of time. I think Alpha was around for 2 years, maybe even longer, maybe a little bit less. Really not sure. Wolf of Shopify itself was maybe around for 3-4 years. Turbo has been around for, I would say 7 years. So it's a little bit longer. It's been existing a little bit longer, right? So that's kind of part of it. So let's go ahead and tackle some theme features here. So you can see here there are significantly less theme features on Out of the Sandbox than there is to Alpha. Now, there's a reason for that. Like I said, the way I view Turbo is it's almost like a very classical theme. If you had to think of a typical theme that anybody can use, it's Out of the Sandbox, because there's not too many features, right? And that's not to say it's a bad thing. Sometimes simple is better. The Alpha, you're getting a lot more benefits to it. So let's go ahead and see here, or features rather, not benefits, but features. So something that I'll say is this two speed settings, it doesn't really make a difference, and I'll just be 100% honest with you. I believe that this is like a marketing ploy, with all due respect to Turbo and Out of the Sandbox, because if and I've tested this with my themes, like I'll show you guys when we look at the inside of the Turbo theme. We'll make a part 2 to this series. When we look at the inside of each theme, where we compare the sections and things like that, you'll see that it won't make a difference at all in terms of speed. Sorry for that background sound, but it won't make a difference at all in terms of speed. And if you think logically, if you're a business owner, why would you realistically want to give people the chance to have a good setting or an average setting? You would want to just give them the best setting possible. You wouldn't want them to choose between the two, right? So this two speed settings, I never understood it from the start, and I've never noticed a change in my personal business with it. So the next one is mega menu with multi-sub-column submenu. So Alpha theme has this as well. So if we take our mouse and hover over, you could see here, and I'll just go here. The mega menus, they call it a mini mega menu on Alpha. On Turbo, it's a little bit different. It's a full-on mega menu. Now, is the mega menu a big deal? No, not really. Some people don't even use it. And this is what a mega menu looks like. It looks like a menu stretched all the way from the left to the right. With Alpha, however, it's a mini mega menu, meaning it's like a regular menu, kind of like this, but you have the option to add an image to it, like a one kind of image like this. And that's what I actually did right here. And you can actually link the image to a link. And so in this case, I linked it to a collection of products. And as you can see, I didn't fully finish editing the site here, but you kind of get my point. The reason why I built this site was to kind of create a tutorial to show people how to use Alpha, right? So that's kind of, in terms of mega menu, I would say Turbo wins there because you can create a full screen menu. But once again, if this is something that you really need, you can have customizable apps that can do this for you, okay? Now, also, I want to include a little thing here. In terms of customization for custom code, like if you want their developers to do custom work for you, neither of the companies will do custom work. So, if you want, like, for example, this custom app or a certain app that you want that might not be like default out of the box, like for example, if it's on Shopify and it's not really well known, they won't do any customizations for you for either one. You're actually going to have to hire somebody from Fiverr or hire from Upwork, somebody to take care of that for you. So neither theme company will take care of that for you, and that's something you want to be aware of. A lot of people think because you're paying the heavier price tag that it comes with support that will actually do customizations for you. That's not the case at all, and I just want you guys to be aware of that, whether it be for out of the sandbox or alpha. Okay, so after that, we have add CSS customizations. Every theme can do this. When you add CSS customizations, what CSS is just means colors. Colors, font, etc. So here, I can edit the font of my theme, of my store rather, right? If I don't want this font, and I'll just show you guys how this works, is I can go to Customize, and once that pulls up, I can go to my theme settings, and then I could go over here to typography, and I could select the typography. You could see here I have Archivio Narrow, and then I have Sans Serif for the body text, and you could see the difference there. But you can edit this, right? So that's the typography, the CSS. And then the colors you can edit as well. So if we go over here to, I believe it's here somewhere. Is it in general? Or, yeah, so you could see there's some settings here for colors, but there's also more settings. You'd have to watch the full-on tutorial. Here it is, colors. There you go. You can edit all these colors, guys. And that's really what CSS actually is. So in terms of CSS customizations, every theme can do that. Upgraded product layouts. So I would actually say alpha takes the cake for this one and takes the win for this one for the upgraded product layouts, because if you go here to the alpha, you're looking at, let's go ahead and take a look at this. You have different designs that you can switch for the product page. I'll actually show you guys what I'm talking about. So if we go to theme settings here, you go to product details, notice here how we have 9 different layouts. On Turbo, however, there's not as many. I think there's, 6 of them. But if you want, just watch part 2 to see this, right? Our part 2 will compare and contrast the Turbo and the Alpha from behind the scenes, like from this kind of dashboard. So in terms of the different product layouts, for example, you have layout number 1. And I'll just go ahead and switch to layout number 1, which is a little bit different. It changes the top. It changes kind of things that you're seeing. We have layout number 9 here, for example. Let's just click on layout number 9. So you can see here now we have thumbnails on the right. Some breadcrumb on the top. So things different. Small different changes. So there's more changes that you can make to your product page on the Alpha than you can on the Turbo. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other features. We have predictive search. So I actually am not sure if Alpha has predictive search. Let me go ahead and see. So if I type in, let's see here. Yeah, so, all right, so Alpha does not have predictive search. So if I was to type in a word, and what predictive search means as you're typing, so if you type, like, for example, hell, and then you want to type in the O, hello, if there's a product that has that word in it, it will just it will show the result of the product. Alpha does not have that. So Alpha does not have predictive search. It does have the search function, but it doesn't have predictive search, and it kind of looks like this. For Turbo, it's a little bit different, right? If I type in H here, E, L, I don't even know if it does have a true predictive search, because if that's the case, it doesn't have a true predictive search, because I'm typing in letters. Okay, there we go. All right, so if I type in shirt, there you go. That's predictive search. As you're typing, you want the product to pop up. Now, this is not a requirement to have. It's just a little nice, nifty feature. The Alpha does not have that feature, okay, the predictive search, but the Turbo does, okay? So for some people, it is a worthy price to pay an extra, $105 or whatever the price might be for a feature like that. Here we have built-in newsletter pop-up. Both themes have this, by the way. So built-in newsletter pop-up is when, as you're looking at the website, you get a little pop-up that says, hey, join our newsletter. Both sites have this. I'd actually have to go and view this in an incognito tab to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. But you could go over here to newsletter. You can select the pop-up, and it will kind of show up once you select an image. But like I said, I have to be, there you go, something like that. So I selected this image, and it looks kind of like this. But obviously, you wouldn't want to have a long image like this for the newsletter pop-up, you would want something smaller. But that's kind of how it works, okay? I'm going to go ahead and remove the newsletter pop-up for now because it's not something that I want, but both themes have that. So that's really all the features that you're getting when it comes down to the Turbo theme. The little features like that. Now, are they good? Are they classy? Are they attractive? For sure. I mean, nobody can deny that. Nobody can negate that. Alpha, you're looking at a little bit more features. So you have, and this is just a short example. Obviously, I won't be able to go through all the features here, or else this video would be for hours long. But a good example of this is when you add the product to the cart, you get this slide cart. Okay, the slide cart, what it does is it gives you one-click checkout. So what one-click checkout is, and this is another feature of the alpha, is when you get the slide to pop out, consumers if you guys are familiar with what average order value means and conversion rates, typically when certain businesses go for higher average order value on product pages, it results in lower conversion rates. People tend to convert less. So on a product page, ideally what you would want is the consumer to convert at the highest level, meaning for every 100 people that visit your store, you want as many people as humanly possible to buy. And the way to do that is to have a one-click checkout. So when somebody clicks add to cart, you want to have a checkout button right there for them to go straight to the checkout. And that's just one of the many features that you can have in this store, okay? Another feature is for blog setup, built-in swatches. So if you're not familiar with what swatches are, if you have product variations like of color, things like that, you can actually add those swatches there. In terms of filters for the catalog pages, both themes have that. You can add different tags to menu items. So maybe I could do this here, theme settings. I can go to, is it the mega menu? I'm not even sure. Let's see here. So if we want to add like a new label, we can type in here men's, because that's the name of our first link, and add a comma. And you can see here we get a little button here that says new. And that's just like another thing that Alpha has that Turbo does not have. So you can't do this with Turbo. There's no like little buttons or labels or tags that come up with the menu that could grab people's attention, which, like I said, is just another feature. And there are many of these features. Something that I would say, guys, if you want to get a grip of all the different features that the Alpha offers compared to the Turbo, you should really visit their website. The website is wolfofshopify.com/alpha/wolf. But if you click on the affiliate link in the description box down below for the Alpha Wolf, it helps out the channel. I get a little kickback, but more importantly, it will take you right to where you're supposed to be. So you can see here some of the benefits: cart slider, product image scroll, all these different features listed out here. You have one-click checkouts, trust badge, slot, sales-proof pop-ups. These are the different product page organizations here. You guys can see here the difference. Like, for example, here the images are much larger and you can kind of look through them that way. Here you have thumbnail on the right. Here you have thumbnail on the left. Here's like a type of style of photo where it's like one large photo, two smaller ones, and then maybe a large one after that. So just like different styles, right? Here you have a slider. So different product layouts. So a total of 9 different product layouts, which is something that the Turbo theme, or the out of the Sandbox theme, does not have. High definition product pages, which basically, I've said this before, but they increase the product page quality for the actual product page, and they save it for the product page so it doesn't slow down your website. And you guys could actually take a look at their demo. So they have their own demo. If you click on this access demo, you get it. All orders receive free paid training. So you get a free Facebook ad starter guide, a complete Shopify checklist. They got some frequently asked questions, a video. So they got a whole bunch of different things. And like I said, I'm not supporting one theme over the other. There are certain times where I'll pick this theme over this one, and there's sometimes I'll pick this one over this one, right? And really what it comes down to is 2 things: what my client is looking for or what I'm looking for. So sometimes my client will say, no matter what, I want the Turbo theme. Well, in that case, I won't ask any questions, right? I'll just do what they want me to do. Sometimes they say Alpha. I want Alpha no matter what. Sometimes they say, well, what's better? What do you think? And I say, well, it depends on your product, right? So if I see that they're just selling something casual, something, very classic, that can be sold anywhere. I would say, it really just depends on your situation. How much content do you have, right? Like if you have less content for your products that you're selling, maybe you want to go with something regular, something basic like Turbo. But if you want something that's more eclectic, where you can kind of showcase your different stores in different ways or your products in different ways, Alpha is going to do that. So you just really want to figure out what's going to be the best for you, and what's best for you is different, right? There's no blanket answer. There's no way to say, hey guys, the Alpha is better for everybody. That's really not the case. Just because it looks different doesn't mean necessarily it is, right? And I always say this, but I'll say this again, is that a Shopify theme is like a house. You have to pick the right house for you. Just because I like a certain house doesn't mean you're going to like a certain house. So I love the Alpha theme. I love the Out of the Sandbox theme. They're both phenomenal themes. And, I'll just leave both of the links in the description box down below. Hopefully this video made it a little bit easier for you to make that decision. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments, and I'll look at those comments and I'll make suggestions to you based on your products and what your niche is for the specific theme. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And make sure you look out for episode number 2 of this series, where we compare the Turbo to the Alpha, right? Once again, both very beautiful themes. It just depends on what you like and how to actually, what you want to do with these themes, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.